All right, everybody. Happy Sunday night. Welcome to Music on the Menu on the River. Alan K. Stout with you as I am every Sunday from 9 to 10 o'clock, playing your regional artists doing their own original material from right here in northeastern Pennsylvania. Lobo, how are you? Good to see you.
Pretty good. How you doing, Alan?
Hanging in there. We're excited about tonight's show because, as is our tradition, whenever we get ready to do a live show at Breakers, which we will be doing on Tuesday night, we bring in our sort of artist of the month in on Sunday night to talk about their music and play a whole bunch of it. So Tom Flannery is here with us. Tom, great to see you, man.
Good to see you guys. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming down here to Mohegan Sunday night and talking to us about your upcoming show at Breakers. You will be live. Let's put that out here right on the top. Tom will be live on stage at Breakers from 7 to 8 o'clock, live on the radio, live on the internet, and of course live on stage. So we're looking forward to having Tom there. Tom, I've been playing your music on the show now for a long time. We've done some work together in the past when I was down the dial a little bit. We did one of these shows together back down at the Woodlands.
Back in the old days.
Yeah, I've been playing your records on the show for forever. We're going to play a whole bunch of them tonight. But first, thanks for coming down on Tuesday. We're looking forward to having you.
It's great. I mean, I look at the people that have been there in the past, and man, it's a nice lineup to crack.
Yeah, we try to put the best of the best on there, and we've only been doing it for a year and a half or so, and so it's only once a month. So, we're trying to to really find the people that we play here on the show a lot, that we've got to know pretty well over the years,
that have new music,
and that we know can come out there and do a great show. And you're currently working on a new album, correct?
Yeah, I'm working on a new record right now with Brett Alexander, and it's kind of like a duo record, really. Where we co-wrote some tracks. He added. We kind of sat knee to knee, and mostly live stuff, and so it's going really well so far.
Who's singing? You're both singers, so you're singing.
Yeah, we both. Sometimes for some of the songs we're trading off verses. At least two of the tracks, Brett takes the lead, and we kind of I use. All of his talents, his mandolin talents, his harmony vocal talents, his keyboard talents, as he calls it, his singer-songwriter piano talents that he had. So, we kind of go in there. I kind of go in there and say, let's just do this. Let's just do this live.
Sure.
Get closer, knee to knee, and let's do 1, 2, 3, go.
Wow.
So I think it's kind of different than a lot of the stuff that he was doing before. But
yeah,
it's a lot of fun. You get to.
We cannot wait to hear this record.
Yeah,
when do you think it'll be out?
Actually, we're pretty much right at this point. We're done with the basic tracks, and it's just mixing right now.
Very cool.
Trying to get the mixes down. So we recorded 10 tracks. So.
Cool. This one we're going to play now, Tom, "Feel Like Coming Home" goes back a bit. We had some songs here on the program that we've been playing for a while, and then when you were coming in earlier in the week, we had a couple of email exchanges, and I said, "What would you like to play?" And you gave us some that you were kind of hoping to play as well. Tell us a little bit about this one.
Yeah, this was the very first record that I spent a lot of years writing songs, and then for the most part. The first 100 songs you write are terrible, so eventually you get to the point where you feel like, all right, I can do this, and I'm willing to let the rest of the world hear this stuff now. So in 1998 I recorded a CD called "Song About a Train," and I had some incredible help on it. A guy named Neil Casale, who went on to play with Ryan Adams and the Cardinals, and now he's playing with Chris Robinson Brotherhood now. And I had John Ginty on it. John was toured the world with Jewel, and he was playing with the Robert Randolph Band, and now he's going on tour with the Dixie Chicks. So you're talking about some major league heavy hitters on this record, and here I am. But it was a blast, and we did it in 3 days, and John and Neil and me, the three of us. And,
let's play it. Let's get it on. This one's called "Feel Like Coming Home" from Tom Flannery. Tom's here for the whole hour, so we're going to be playing a lot more from her throughout the whole program. Check this one out.
Been a long while since I've been home. Watch my child grow through the eyes of a telephone. Through the eyes of a telephone. Now I feel like coming home. Thought I was walking a line, I guess I was running away. The night clerk at the motel, he won't give me the time of day. He won't give me the time of day. Now I feel like coming home. Every waitress smile, every airline mile, every Walmart store, every corporate whore, every taxi cab, every factory scab, every traffic jam reminds me who I am, and I feel like coming home. Listening to Dylan used to bring me down. Now it just reminds me of some quiet little town. Some quiet little town. And I feel like coming home. Every local dive, every jewelry hive, every shot I hear, every hopeless tear, every well-dressed crook, every hand I shook, every grain of sand reminds me who I am, and I feel like coming home. When I wade right in that river, wash away my sins. Small towns, they just smile and say, boy, just where you been? They say, boy, just where you been? Well, now I'm coming home. If I knew, then I'd allow you to dig into my past. But I'm mixed up in confusion, just waiting for the time of day when you climb inside my head and decide you want to stay. If I knew you'd drive the stick in, if I knew you'd turn around to show off all the others on the bad side of town. Cause being me ain't easy, like being you must be. Invisible in the hallways, staring right through me. If I knew what it meant to love you, if I knew what it meant to care, all the pain worth giving, if I knew you'd still be there. If I knew what parts were true, I'd take them all away from you. Yeah, if I only knew. If I knew you would be gone, if I knew when you were bound, then I'd float like lava and burn down this town. Cause a head is still connected to a heart you give up on. I may have chopped it clean off if I knew you'd take so long. If I knew what it meant to love you, if I knew what it meant to care, all the pain worth giving, if I knew you'd still be there. I knew how this would end, I'd start it all over again. just one chance to not make you cry. I'd catch the rain in buckets just to keep you dry. If I had to steal a fortune or live hand to fist without you by my side, oh, the fun we'd miss. If I knew what it meant to love you, if I knew what it meant to care, all the pain we're given, if I knew you'd still be there. If I knew your tears were lazy and your smile razor wires, I'd throw myself upon the fence and wait for the guns to fire.
Tom Flannery here on Music on the Menu on the River with a song called If I Only Knew. And before that, Feel Like Coming Home, also from Tom. Tom is our guest here in the studio tonight. He'll be with us Tuesday night as Breakers as part of the Music on the Menu live original music series. We're talking to Tom a little bit in the beginning of the show about, his new album that he's working on with Brett Alexander, as well as one of the songs that we kicked off the program, the song that we kicked off the program with, and, of course, Tuesday night. Tom, how often have you done live radio broadcasts of your, a whole set? I know we did one together at the Woodlands, maybe about 7 or 8 years ago.
Yeah, we did a couple. I've done a series of live things down at WVIA.
George Graham.
George Graham, yeah. So we've done band ones. I've done solo ones, and I did a duo one with John Ginty, and
okay.
So I've done them before.
I've seen you on television.
Yeah, they air them on television that late night when you come home at 2:00 in the morning and turn on the TV. And
there you are.
Friends will say, "There, I saw you on TV last night."
Well, at least there's something entertaining on.
Well, yeah, yeah. So it's good to know. It's good to know that it's good to know that they're still running those things.
Yeah,
so,
I see the 5% and Miz. There's a couple of them that seem like they're in a little bit in a loop of
the little loop.
Yeah.
Lauren Clark's is on there, and you'll see George and stuff like that. So yeah.
Do you approach it any differently for a show that's going to be broadcast?
Not really. I mean, you try to come up when it's it's going to be live. You try to come up with a more of a standard set list as opposed to kind of winging it. Because you have a time constraint. So you're like, all right, well, we got to kind of think this out a little bit more than if you were just kind of winging it on stage. So
we kind of imagine the music series is almost a radio version of the old MTV Unplugged. Not that you have to be unplugged. We've had rock bands come in and really, but tell some stories, engage the audience, tell them a little bit about what this song was about, and what inspired it, and bring people in.
Yeah, we did.
I know you're very good at that.
We did those. We did a couple. We do this thing in Tunkhannock every year, a singer-songwriter in the round series that we do, and you kind of bring people in and sit in semicircle, and you talk about the songs, and you play them, and you exchange songs and stuff. So that's a lot of fun because just to hear someone talk about where the song came from.
Sure.
It can be, it can be pretty. It can be a pretty interesting thing in the right environment,
Yeah, so we'll try to create that for you here on Tuesday night, and people driving around in their car just listening on the radio. You don't get that on the radio ever.
Yeah,
So,
you just hear, you don't get to hear. I wonder, what if you hear a decent song, sometimes it's great to hear a little bit about, what was behind it.
Yeah, let's play another one from Tom now. This one is called Two Coal Cars. Tom Flannery, check it out.
Hometown gets buried in the rubble left behind, where memories are like a ghost train coming down the line. And that whistle causes people to flee. I got two cold cars watching over me. Young boy asked me, "Sir, where are you gonna go?" Well, this town ain't big enough for the things I'm gonna know. I said, "Son, go and see what you need to see. I got two cold cars watching over me." Since my father pointed them out, oh, this town hasn't looked the same. they finally got them to the top, just as their world changed. 2, 3, 4. Hometown gets buried in the rubble left behind, where memories are like a ghost train coming down the line, and that whistle causes people to flee. I got 2 cold cars watching over me. Young boy asked me, sir, where are you gonna go? Well, this town ain't big enough for the things I'm gonna know. He said, son, go and see what you need to see. I got 2 cold cars watching over. 2 cold cars watching over. 2 cold cars are watching over me.
effigy, that's what I like to do. Warm my hand aside, all the embers still untrue. Abandoning your roof for sky, silver for gold. Clock in my back pocket, baby, to keep from getting old. That's what I should do in lieu of you. Or maybe I'll be like a train and just follow these tracks. Lay out before me with no thoughts turning back. The rhythm of the trestle, whistle in the night, keeping everybody guessing if things will turn out right. That's what I should do in lieu of you. 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 No more worries about tomorrow, waking up alone. Justifying blue skies on telephone. I'm gonna get myself a bottle, gonna drink myself dry, wake up sick and laughing to no woman, no cry. Yeah, that's what I should do in lieu of you. 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 In lieu of you.
An empty altar and a front porch swing brings her back to where she's been. Lights go out with a final glance, the empty driveway and his working pants. Oh, Angeline, she never cries herself to sleep. Oh, she has a smile for everyone that she meets. Oh, Angeline. Oh, Angeline. Sunday whisper she no longer hears, or the preacher's advice, or the young man lives. On the nights that bring her down, she just irons her wedding gown. Oh, Angeline, she never cries herself to sleep. Oh, she has a smile house it sways from the gentlest breeze, and it brings her to her battered knees. Oh, 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 Angeline. Oh, 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 Angeline. The years appear like rust on a swing and settle down on everything but her photos. They're so young and bright. Maybe he'll be home tonight. Oh, Angeline. She never cries herself to sleep. Oh, she has a smile for everyone that she meets. Oh, 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 Angeline. Oh, 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 Angeline.
Tom Flannery here on Music on the Menu on the River with a song called Angeline. Before that, Tom, with his friend John Canjar, doing a song called In Lieu of You, and that's an album that Tom did about 2 years ago that we're going to, maybe a year and a half ago, that we're going to talk about in a minute, because John will actually be performing with Tom on Tuesday at Breakers. That's why we wanted to throw that one on the show tonight for sure. And before that, Tom Flannery with a song called Two Coal Cars, which he said wound up being the sort of the Freebird of the record.
Yeah, it started out with we started out about 3.5 minutes, and when we were recording it with John Ginsey, and it just kind of it was turned into a groove, and we just kept rolling tape, kept the tape going. So it was a lot of fun.
It's cool when that happens. Now, Tom put out an album about a year and a half ago, and I wrote about it for the paper I used to write for, and the story is still up on my blog. I'll have to post that so that people could read it, because it's the most recent print article that I had done with Tom. And it was such a cool concept. Basically, Tom had written a bunch of songs, and he wanted some other artists locally that he had admired to maybe work on them with him or sing them. And I had thought, until I did the interview with you, that you were really a part of everything, that you were playing on them all, but you were bringing, but that isn't really what happened. You basically gave them a demo and said just roll with it.
Right.
You put your own stamp on it. And one of the folks that you wound up working with was the Shannon Marciata from Hazleton.
Right.
And it was kind of cool because Tom was looking for some female artists to collaborate with, and he had asked me if I knew any, and I sent you a CD of about a dozen or so.
Yeah, you sent me a CD of like a dozen females that you played on the show, and so I sat down with the thing, and it was just great stuff on there. And I remember sitting down with my oldest daughter and saying, okay, let's see what grabs you here. We were listening through, and we just kind of zeroed in on Shannon. As soon as you open her mouth, we just zeroed in on Shannon.
I think this song was probably Submission.
I think it was.
Yeah.
It was just like, wow, you know. And so I said, all right, let's see if she'd be interested in doing this. So she was, and I sent her the demo of the song, and she just and that was it. Like you said, I just said, hey.
So she recorded it.
She recorded it at her place. I wasn't there.
That's amazing.
And I just and she's like, all right, I'm ready. And she recorded it and sent it.
How did you feel when you heard it?
I was just blown away, like hearing all the tracks. It was just like, it's just so cool to hear your songs interpreted by other people. But then when they're as talented as these people are, it's a little overwhelming. But it was. I'll never forget it. It's one of the highlights of in the 25 years of writing songs. It's probably one of the highlights of all that time.
Project.
Yeah, it's pretty special.
It was a really cool idea. Let's play one. This is the song we're talking about. This is Tom Flannery wrote it. Shannon Marciata sings it. It's called "Can You Hide Me."
It's getting late, all the drunks are gone. Ran out of back streets and alleys too long. let it down for the night. While the cops catch their breath, they turn out the lights. Here pacing the floor with an old picture frame, cursing out loud while whispering your name. Booze and pills, they take too long. Keys under me, I'm gonna write you a song. Can you hide me from these sad goodbyes? Can you hide me from the nights that make me cry? Can you hide me from these sad goodbyes? Can you hide me from the nights that make me cry? Side of the road, wanna strike a match and watch it explode. Suck the pain out of the air, feel the breeze blow back your hair. Can you hide me from these sad goodbyes? Can you hide me from the nights that make me cry? Moon and the tide, what if they lost their way and could no longer hear what the other might say? What if I shake in the middle of the night? Would you cool my brow? Would you hold me tight? Can you hide me from these sad goodbyes? Can you hide me from the nights that make me cry? What if I showed you the end of the world, with mouths hung open and flags unfurled? Would you believe in love just one last time? Be a fool from me and take what's mine. Can you hide me from these sad goodbyes? Can you hide me from the nights that make me cry? Can you hide me from these sad goodbyes? Can you hide me from the nights that make me cry?
Fifth or something, a tumbler of gin. Point your Saturday night towards some badly needed sin. My name's Jimmy, we ain't no kin. Let's celebrate by sleeping in. Save on breakfast and lunch, stay down till 4. Then at dinner date, we crawl on the floor. On our bellies like snakes, yanking by you. Well, the world ain't crooked when you're sleeping in. You may rise at the break of day, put on your shoes and run away from the things that go bump in the night, fighting trim from the stage fright. Don't sleep alone, throwing darts at the telephone. When it rings, it pours, it's the damnedest thing. You don't gotta worry, cause we're sleeping in. You may rise at the break of day, put on your shoes and run away from the things that go bump in the night, fighting trim from the stage fright. Well, a fifth or something, a tumbler of gin. Point your Saturday night towards some badly needed
My name is Jimmy, we ain't no king. Let's celebrate by sleeping in. We're sleeping in. We're sleeping in. Sleeping in.
Tom Flannery here on Music on the Menu on the Route with a song called Sleeping In. And before that, a song called Can You Hide Me, written by Tom, but recorded by Shan Marciata. And Sleeping In is a song that I've always really liked, and we've played on the show for years, but we came to the realization here talking that I like it more than Tom does. But the one we're going to play now, Tom, you said is one of your favorites.
Yeah.
For You Again, tell us about this one and why it's one of the special one in your catalog.
This is one of those songs, you you're right at 3 o'clock in the morning, late night at the kitchen table and whatever. And I wrote it for Chris and Julie Kerr, from good friends of mine that live down near Reading now. Originally State College people, and it was just it's kind of a really special song for me. And then I kind of handed it off to Chris and Julie, who I trust implicitly. And they just the first time I heard it, I probably almost teared up when I heard it. That's why it became the first song on the record, because to me it's the reason that I did it and did it in the first place, for moments like this. And
wow.
It's a really special song for me, and to have it done in such a beautiful way by people, friends like that was pretty special.
Let's play it. Fool for You Again.
So hard to tell when you're through with me. Keep making your way back home. Spots where you fall, the only ones you see when you find yourself alone. I look to you when my eyes grow bleary. My head gets weary from words astray. Frozen sheets and lame excuses, and there's no proof of the night's decay. Don't wanna be a fool for you again. Don't wanna be a fool for you again. Outside it's cold, the wind united, it's blowing us to and fro. We're growing old, like a landscape lighted, whispering even though. Rivers rise and the coal keeps burning. Young kids are learning to see things through. Easy lies and cruel indifference, like an old barbed wire fence torn in two. Don't wanna be a fool for you again. Don't wanna be a fool for you again. look to you when my eyes grow bleary. My head gets weary from words stray. Frozen sheets and lame excuses when there's no proof of the night's decay. Don't wanna be a fool for you again. Don't wanna be a fool for you again. Don't wanna be a fool for you again. Don't wanna be a fool for you again.
Feel a 2-block shadow, and they're messing with your telephone. And the same damn Chrysler's passed your place 6 times in 1 hour. And your contacts run to Rolling Stone in the middle of a falling rain, just before the rumble of the train. Black dog howls directly on your blue light curtain veiled terrain, and all the women that you deal with are decayed, oust, and Halston, and their rivers flow to muddy veins in the middle of a falling rain, just before the rumble of the train. Sense of time goes hungry, and the bricks of belladonnas fall, and your runner's nailed by a canine team on I-95. But silent recourse cannot leave these walls when broken kids play worn-out records, and the scratch hits harder when they're at half speed. How will you insulate for one more day? How will your dream of Eldorado rain in the middle of a falling rain, just before the rumble of the train?
Brett Alexander here on Music on the Menu on the River with a song called Gentleman East. And before that, Tom Flannery with Fool for You Again. He wrote it. He said some friends of his sang it, and he was very, very happy with it. Tom, we played some Brett tonight because obviously we mentioned earlier in the show you're working with him on a new record. The next song that we're going to play is named after one of the most famous athletes of the 20th century, the great Mickey Mantle. And you said this one was sort of inspired by your dad?
I wrote this about my father. I lost my father a couple of years ago to Alzheimer's disease, and I kind of wrote this song kind of between the lines about my dad, and I gave it to a good friend of mine from Saratoga Springs, New York, named Michael Jerling, who's one of the best singer-songwriters from New York State, and Michael just, he kind of, I haven't sung it since. I gave it to Michael. That's it's one of those things where he does it, and I'm like, I'm not gonna do this anymore.
Wow.
Yeah. So yeah, I have not
funny.
sung. I have not sung this song since Michael recorded it. Yeah.
I actually heard that Paul Simon saw Elvis Presley sing Bridge Over Troubled Water and had the same reaction.
It's just like, well, no,
it's his now.
No, it's his now.
Yeah.
So he's So
well, let's play this one from Tom Flannery. Great song.
Wish I'd seen Mickey Mantle, but I was born too late. In moving pictures, I'd see him limp to either side of the plate. Now I'm a child of colors, but Mickey, he was all black and white. Wish there was something that I could do to make everything alright. I wish I was. I wish I was. I wish that we could share a night to open and close the bar. Prayers and genuflections never went too far. My father would be young again, that fear gone from his eyes. He'd drag us around the city with no thought of goodbyes. I wish I was. I wish I was. What do you want? What do you see when you look at yourself and you find me? I've got you deep down inside. It's all we can do. Running high, just like Mickey did. Just like Mickey did. I'd give Mickey my liver, I'd give Mickey my knees, if he'd just take me back, make the time freeze, back to the top of the world, back to the end of the line. We'd soak it in together just one more time. I wish I was. I wish I was. Just like Mickey did. Forever as a kid. Tears of a clown. Letting others down. I wish I was. I wish I was. What do you want? What do you see when you look at yourself and you find me? I've got you deep down inside, it's all we can do. Running high, just like Mickey did. Just like Mickey did. I wish I was. I wish I was.
Tom Flannery here on Music on the Menu on the River, a song called Mickey Mantle, the great number 7 from the New York Yankees, but also has a lot deeper meaning, as Tom told us before. Tom, you've had just an interesting and fascinating, life as a writer. In addition to penning so many great songs, you're a playwright. You've written plays. You've actually worked with Pulitzer Prize winner Jason Miller.
I did. That was quite the education, because it was my very first play that I ever wrote. I didn't know what I was doing, and I sent it copy to Jason, and he said, "Boy, I like this.
Wow.
How about I direct it?"
Well, how did you feel when he said that?
It's just like, I was like, yeah, that'd be a good idea. That'd be a good idea.
Which play is this?
It was my first play that I ever wrote. It was called The Driveway, and Jason said, "You got something, boy. I want to direct this." And I just, what do you do?
What was it like working with him?
It was great. I mean, it was like you're studying at you're sitting there in his apartment, and we're talking about, and you're thinking, okay, well, there's one person in the world who has a Pulitzer Prize and an Academy Award nomination for acting, and he's right there.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, and he's saying, "I think we should do this," and I'm just like, taking it all in.
Yeah.
And and it worked out. The play turned out great, and we had a lot of plans, future plans, of course, and then we lost him.
Yeah, he was only in his early 60s.
Yeah,
I think he died in 2001.
Yeah, and it was, I still miss him.
Yeah, he was certainly an iconic figure in Scranton, and in the entertainment industry as well. One more question, Tom, about just before we sign off here tonight. Songwriting in general. What is your main muse for songwriting? You've told us a little bit throughout the program. This song came from this. This song meant a lot to me. You talked about sitting at the kitchen table at 3 o'clock in the morning writing one of them. When did they come to you, and why?
It's just songwriting is very solitary. It's a very solitary thing. You have to get away from everything, and you have to get off by yourself. I find I'm a very solitary person anyway, so I find it easy to get to that place. The different mindsets between being a playwright and a songwriter, and I've said it before. Sometimes I wake up and I say I'm a songwriter who writes plays, and sometimes I wake up and say I'm a playwright who writes songs. So, but in either case, writing is a very solitary. It's almost a lonely thing to do. If you don't mind loneliness, you can kind of revel in it, and that's what I do.
You do.
Yep.
And are they usually things happening in your own life, or are they things you see going on?
No, it could be anything. It could be triggered. Anything. When I talk to friends and stuff, when you're talking to a writer, you always say everything's on the record. So anything that you guys say to me, might show up in a play someday or something like that. Everything's on the record.
Were we good during the
commercial? You guys are pretty good. You guys are pretty good.
I feel like we could be interesting play
Oh,
characters.
I think so. Yeah.
I don't know about that. Let's leave everybody with one more song from Tom, and make sure you come down Tuesday night live at Breakers, live on stage. Tom Flannery live on the radio, of course, live on the web too, Tom. So if you've got friends outside the area, let them know they could listen on 105theriver.net. So it's also a webcast. And, we'd love to see you. If you can't tune in on the radio, or if you can't come down to the club, I should say, you can always tune on the radio. We're going to leave you now with another one from Tom. This one is called Susie. We'll see you on Tuesday night at Breakers. Thanks for coming in, Tom.
Thanks,
hanging
guys.
out, man.
Appreciate it.
We'll see you next week.
Your dark eyes give nothing away. I never know just what to say to compete with all the other guys with their fancy cars and desperate lives. I'll never need an alibi, Susie. I'll give you all that you need, patch you up when you bleed, pick you up when you fall, bang my head against the wall. Treat you like a paper doll, Susie. Why do you look down at me when you're sitting on someone else's knee, laughing when you used to smile, out of fashion back in style? Tonight my bed was spinning around like it was gonna leave the ground. Too much beer and thinking through, feeling days without you. Just tell me what I need to do, Susie. Why do you look down at me while you're sitting on someone else's knee, laughing when you used to smile, out of fashion back in style? Your dark eyes give nothing away. I never know just what to say to compete with all the other guys with their fancy cars and desperate lives. I'll never need an alibi, Susie. I'll never need an alibi, Susie. I'll never need an alibi.